Hey, so I gave my AD10 away, and it was the AD10, I believe the light model. And so it just encouraged me to get this model. This one is in S35VN, and it's got the G10 scales. And so, yeah, I was excited to get it because I really liked the knife, but I had a chance to give my other one away, and so I did. Kind of knowing that if I gave that one away, I'd have an excuse to buy this one, and so I did. Um, I did that quite a while back. This thing's been sitting here for quite a while. They come with the left hand pocket clip so that if you want to put it on the other side, you can put it over here for a left hand person. And with the triad lock, it's a left or a right. You just got to move the clip. So it's one of the benefits of these cold steel knives is they're truly ambidextrous. All right, look at this G10. Man, is that good stuff. Yep, let's get the blade out. Oh, come on. I want to watch my finger. Yeah, see, on this knife, dropping that on your finger, it's hard to get out of the way of this point of the blade right there. Oh, this thing runs so well. I mean, right out of the box. Look at this thing. Very smooth. Wonderful. I even Spidey flick it. Yeah, what a beast of a knife. This, I mean, quintessential heavy duty hard work knife. Big, thick blade stock. They swedge it on the top, but bring it to a really nice edge. Excellent ergonomics. Yeah, these are the full package. I do not want to drop that on my finger though. Look, yeah, that's not any place I want that. Like if I'm choked way up here, maybe I can pull that off. But I, my old one, I would just drop it on my leg. Just put it over against my pant leg, and then I could one hand it. Oh, so pleasurable. Very nice. Wonderful fit and finish on this piece. Excellent steel. Yeah, I dig it. Well, let's take it apart. I'm going to polish the washers. I don't think I'm going to mess with this lock at all because it, I mean, it's running incredibly well. The blade's just locked up as solid as can be, solid as a rock. I think that's a T10. Let me try one. Yep. I think a T8 will work in there, but I wouldn't recommend it. End up stripping stuff out, giving yourself problems. It's got plenty of Loctite on there. And then these should be T6s, I believe. Yeah. And I think I only need to do those two, but let me see. Might have to do them all. Yeah, at least one more of them, but maybe all three. I forget. Yeah, I think I got to do all three. There we go. And then the scale will pop up and expose the steel liner underneath. It's got some oil down in here, so I'll be able to wipe that off. And there we are. Yep. This looks like an aluminum liner. Yeah, it is. And then we've got a copper washer that definitely could be polished. And I'm going to go ahead, take the blade off, pivot come out, niche captured. It's a copper washer to the scale, and then a Teflon washer to the blade. And I know everybody's not a big fan of it, but what I can say is it works. It absolutely works. I don't really see any reason to take this apart. I am not going to change that spring tension. I mean, I could take it apart just to show how to do it, but I think I'll just leave it intact. I'm going to wipe everything down now, and then I'll polish those washers, put some new lube on them, put them back together. Man, is this a chunk of awesome S35BN. Wonderful piece of steel right there. Beautiful. Yeah, what a beast of a knife. It is legit. And there was some moisture in here. Let's get that out of there. Okay. Washers. We'll wipe the Teflon washers off. Or, yeah, wipe them off. I think I said wash. Yeah, we'll wipe that off. Just get whatever's on there off. And I'm going to wipe off the copper ones as well, just to get any oil off of there. And then we'll polish that. Let's do the other one. Okay. Let's wipe the pivot off. There we go. All right. I am going to polish on, I believe this is 800 grit. Yep. Actually, I'm not going to use the 800. I'm going to use 1200. I'll go a little finer. And then I think I'll wrap up with like a 3000 grit. Yeah, this is a 1200 grit 3M Trizac belt. And it will make quick work. Had a little burr on it, came right off. I'm going to turn it. Let's get a look. Yeah. Yep, that's all it took. Cleaned it right up. This side was good on this one. I'm not really putting any pressure down on that. It's just the weight of my finger. Yeah, pretty good. Now I'm going to hit it with 3000 grit. I take that back. This is 6000 grit, my little purple belt. Ninja purple belt. Very smooth. But my guess is just that little bit of work right there, and that side's going to look like a mirror. Yes. I didn't even need to get a shine box. Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to reassemble. Let's just take this assembly here, get our pivot back in there, and it's captured. There it is. Nice. Copper down. Let's put a little lube under there though. I really think the action is between the Teflon and the copper, but I'm not positive about that. It may be between the blade and the Teflon. Not sure, but it's not going to hurt my feelings to put a little extra lube on there and get it nice and lubed up and running really well. Let's get our blade on. There we go. Okay. And then a little more lube. Teflon, come on. Come on, man. It's like it's got a life of its own. There we go. A little more lube. Lots of lube. Lube's a good thing. There we go. All right, we can drop our scale on. Everything should line up. Yep. And then that's our liner actually. Now our scale. Simple. It's a wonderful design. I'm gonna put this pivot in first. Okay. Let's get some T6s in. They're all the same size. I'm going to actually tighten up the back part first. Get this snug down. Kind of like a spyderco. You know, work in progression to manage the tension on that washer action. And a final check on the pivot. Yeah, stupid. Wonderful. I mean, I don't want to risk my knuckle, man. Should I? Should I risk my knuckle and drop? I just think, yeah, I'm not doing it. I don't care. I'm just going to drop it right there. Now, I could put a dash, just a small amount here. I don't want to put too much here, and the smallest amount could be too much. Like, I just want the tiniest little drop there, because you get too much there and it can create lock stick up in that action. Yeah, so now, ooh, is that nice. Yeah. Wonderful. All right, let's get rid of tools. And then let's run it through it. So the action for what it is in that triad, it's A-level action. It is so good. on washers. I mean, just wonderful smooth, very strong, very locked up. Even when it's not locked with the triad lock, this is very, locked up and incredibly smooth. Look at the detent on the bottom side. I mean, it sucks it in from way out there. And the lockup on these, notoriously strong. Yeah, I mean, some say it's the strongest folding lock that you can get. I mean, it's legit for sure. So A level action. I mean, it's just running wonderfully. It's got the tiniest little bit of stick. Um, Coming open. Yeah, but that's okay. Oh, and of course, with that washer action like that, it's only going to get better through time. So nice. Let's talk about ergonomics. So, I mean, it's just perfect. I mean, I'm sure even a large hand is going to fit in here wonderfully. I mean, not so confident, confident, very confident. I mean, just whoop, right up to very confident. I mean, this thing is so solidly locked in. The ergonomics were well thought out and well designed. I mean, it's got a combat grip, it really does. And thumb forward, wonderful, aggressive jimping here. You can lock in here, and I mean, you're in there. Reverse grip, again, nice cap for the thumb, powerful grip. And then even this grip right here can cap, and the strength that could come down with this hammer grip with that blade is wonderful. Yeah, yeah, excellent ergonomics. Let's check the pocket clip, which these pocket clips tend to be stiff but wonderful. Excellent grip, retention, and of course they need to be because these are big knives, man. You don't want this knife flopping around and coming out of your pocket. So I'm struggling to get it over that seam on the thick stuff. So I'm going to say no go on the thick stuff. Standard jean size material. Fit over there perfect. And the retention of this, it's a dryer clip. Even with that big knife, that's a dryer clip. Now there's enough to grab onto that, once you put that in your pocket, it's easy to grab it and get it out. But the retention of that clip for this big knife is excellent. Now it does have a profile. I mean, you got a big knife sticking out of your pocket. 100% you do. There's no hiding that, man, you're carrying a piece. A big one. Yep. My spot in the back pocket. Perfecto. Yeah, it rides wonderfully back there. And this is high enough on my hip and to the side that, I can sit on this. It's not going to bother me. I dig it. Yeah, wonderful retention in there. When I go looking for that knife, it's going to be where I left it. And that's what I really want. Safety wise, there's no contact here down to the tip, and the tip is nice and recessed underneath. There's no chance of catching that tip. Really nice centered blade. So the clip is good, the tip is good, and I'm confident I can handle this knife any way I want, as long as that blade's closed. And the tension to hold that blade down is such that, I mean, I could toss this knife to somebody, I'm pretty sure. I wouldn't have any concerns about them catching an open knife. Now, I wouldn't recommend that ever, but I think it could be done. Definitely wouldn't worry about, like let's say I fumbled it and I went to grab it. There's some knives that would be an absolute mistake because you could be grabbing a knife that opened, not this thing. Yeah. Hey, that S35, let's see if they got it right. Need I say more? Yeah, they got it right. And Cold Steel kind of notoriously sharpens their blades. Like they're definitely a company that understands. Hey, if you're going to sell knives, you got to send them out sharp, right? Like rule one, let's make sure it's sharp. Rule two, let's make sure it's built solidly. Nobody wants to buy a flimsy knife, right? I mean, even if it's a steak knife, you know, nobody wants a flimsy steak knife, a flimsy butter knife. Yeah. Anyways, man, this thing is wonderful. It's stunning. Let's find price and availability on these right now. Okay, so I kind of knew this. I wasn't sure, so I wanted to look. White Mountain Knives has them for 149, I think. If you use the discount code DM10, that can get this knife down to around $135. However, the place to buy it is Amazon. Amazon has this piece. I'll try to get an affiliate link down below to this exact knife. S35 VN Cold Steel is sold direct by Amazon for Cold Steel. It's not some third party. And so I have 100% confidence that it's a legit copy, or not a copy, but a legit version of this piece. It's not a copy. $120. Now you got to pay tax on that. So, I mean, if you were in 10% tax range, that puts you at 132. It's still a few dollars cheaper than White Mountain Knives, because of course White Mountain Knives is no tax, no shipping. I personally am in a 4% tax market. So for me, it would only be an extra, you know, $5 in tax. So that puts me at 125, about $10 cheaper than White Mountain Knives. And I am a huge fan of Amazon for a few other reasons. If I don't like this knife for any reason, I can just request a return, print off a shipping label, or just put it in a box and drop it off at the UPS store. Hands off. Boom, I get my money back. Like, they don't even blink. The return policy is ridiculous. The other thing is that this knife is overnight for me. It's late afternoon where I'm at right now. And if I order this still, it's almost 4:30 in the afternoon. If I order this will be at my house before I wake up in the morning. This is an overnight delivery for me in my market. Yeah, come on, man. I think that's the spot, Amazon. So I appreciate y'all watching, and man, if you ever thought about one of these, I got to tell you, it's a big knife, but it is so solid, and I know that the people that love them are going to pipe into the comments and they're going to go, yeah, it's in my pocket every day. I love this thing. Um, but I think the only reason somebody wouldn't love this, it's just too big. Like, not everybody can do big like this. Yeah, yeah, it's legit. The Cold Steel AD10, the S35 G10 version. Um, would I like to have this in titanium? Maybe. Yeah, yeah, maybe. I don't know. All right, y'all. Hey, I appreciate you watching.